Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Yeah, it's cold out there this morning. Like, uh, my phone and my watch says 2 degrees. Let's see. 0, -1, -2, 3 degrees. I'm just looking at some of the numbers. Youch. If you're out there this morning, like I just was, uh, knocking the snow off my wife's car so she could go to work after a couple of days, yeah, you know how cold it is. Or if you're a farmer, still got to milk the cows, still got to get out there and feed the hogs and take care of the farm. You know how cold it is. I don't hear you complaining, which is good. I mean, it's we're the ones that complain and we're the ones that are hardly out in it as much as you guys are. But man, whew, this this is brutal, brutally cold this morning. Wind chill advisory still in effect through lock this morning, and that's where the bit of a breeze that's out there. When I was just out there, it wasn't too bad, but it doesn't for that breeze to produce bitter wind chills, 10 to 20 below zero in some cases. Maybe not so much here in the Bowling Green area, but especially once you get into central, north central, and eastern Kentucky. That's where it's the worst. So, yeah, through 9 a.m. this morning, the wind chill advisory continues in those blue shaded counties. The satellite imagery is running, but it doesn't look like much is moving. You can see the land between the lakes really well there. That's because there's a clear sky and there's a snowpack. So what the satellite is seeing, how many thousands of feet up it is seeing the snow on the ground because of the clear sky, and you can see the rivers and the lakes, and see that right there. There's Lake Cumberland, see it, and there's Dale Hollow, and there's Green River Lake. You can even see Barren River Lake. Get closer, see it right there, those little black spots, see them? Those are the lakes this morning, and the land between the lakes, and the Tennessee River, and Lake Barkley. All pretty cool. Anyway, Ohio River, you can see you don't even need a borderline on these things because they're so vivid this morning, but it shows you as well just how cold it is and how clear skies are. It's a beautiful sky out there this morning. It's just terribly cold. Not record breaking cold. Believe it or not, it's not record breaking cold, but it's close enough. Let's check the temperatures from the Kentucky Mesonet Network this morning. All the sensors around the state of Kentucky, and as of 7:20, you can see that we are at 2 at the Corvette plant, 1.8 to be exact, 1 degree on the south side of town at the Ag Expo Center. In Franklin, it is 3 below zero, specifically 2.7 degrees below zero. Then you've got zero over in Todd County. You've got -4 in Monroe County. Ooh, look at Burkesville, always the coldest. 13.9, rounded off to 14 degrees below zero down in the river bottom, Cumberland River near Burkesville, about 3 miles west is where that sensor is set up. 14 below zero. It's relative to everything else, but that's cold. That's plenty cold. Wind chills, let's check those. See, you're still at 14 below zero because, again, that sensor is away from any kind of breeze. So it reads the same as the air temperature. But where we're getting a little breeze, like over toward Bon Air, Barron County, -9 is what it feels like. Feels like 7 below 0 at the Corvette plant sensor. Feels like 8 below 0 at the Ag Expo Center. Feels like 16 below 0 with a south wind at 7 at the sensor in Franklin, Simpson County. Temperature is -2.4, but then a south wind at 7 makes it feel like it's 16 below 0. It feels like it's 13 below 0 near Morgantown in Butler County. And that's with a south southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. Yeah. Yeah, not fit for man or beast. And speaking of beasts, make sure you're taking care of those pets. Anything outdoors, you're going to have to allow plenty of time to get your vehicle warmed up this morning. It is just brutally cold. Any more of a wind would even be that much worse. So you see why we said wind chill factors between -10 and -20, because no fooling. It doesn't take much of a breeze to make that happen. All right, let's take a look at the model blender. Next 10 days, we're going to try to warm it up close to 30 today, but I don't know that we'll hit it. We may come very close, 28, 29, maybe 30. Get back down to about 15, 16, 17 tonight under a clear sky. Tomorrow, we'll start to see clouds advance in ahead of the next system that is going to come in on Thursday with yet another hit of snow. We are going to get this one. It's going to be quicker than the last one. It's not going to linger for a day or two. It's going to come in, hit with some snow, and then leave. But we do warm it up above freezing just in time for the best moisture to come in and snow. So there we go. 34. I'm going 32 actually tomorrow, the freezing mark, maybe a degree or two above that. Then another shot of Arctic air as we come in on Friday, 25 down to 6 by Saturday morning, then a high of only 19 Saturday afternoon with sunshine returning. Any snow that hits tomorrow night will end early Friday. And then that snowpack and a clear sky will bring us back down to the single digits Friday night into Saturday morning. Then Saturday, barely making 20. Then we warm it up a little more for Sunday. We go Saturday night with the snowpack down to 3, about like it is this morning, close to that, with about an inch or two of snow on the ground, new snow. Some of this is not going to go away. That's already on the ground. So we're going to add about an inch, inch and a half to 2 inches in some places on top of what we already have. And then here comes the big warming trend in the next week: 40s, 50s, 60s, even by next Thursday. And rain chances are going to come in with that. So it's going to be a very different forecast going forward. Once we get this next hit of snow, we're going to warm up and it's going to feel like spring once we get into next week. Of course, that's not good for, you know, that's not going to help anybody's sinuses. Yeah. If you're not feeling it, the sick going around right now, I'm sure you'll feel it next week. I know, you're welcome. All right, here's a look at the maps, and we see that high pressure's in control today. A better, more southwesterly wind flow, still a bit breezy at times today, which is, even though we're going to try to warm up toward 30, it's not going to feel like it because of the breeze. So we're going to keep it cold today. Here we go into tonight. We can see the storm system out in the plains approaching. Here we go into early Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. We begin to see snow moving in from our west and northwest. Some of it down into Arkansas and Tennessee will be mixed. And there was, and even here tomorrow evening, when it's really going to come through, uh, there's a possibility that some of you could see maybe some sleet mixed in with it, or little ice pellets mixing in with the snow, depending on temperature. From the column up to column down, when I'm talking about the lower atmosphere, everything does look like it's going to be all snow for us. But the more you go south, it is likely to be mixy. Okay. So as you head toward Nashville, that direction, mixy to then all rain as you get south of the Nashville area, if you're going, say, into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, or even southern Tennessee. Then it finishes up as all snow as the temperatures get colder. And look at the tight lines. That means there's going to be a breeze as well. So we could have briefly some wind driven snow very late Thursday night into early Friday morning. But again, this is a fast moving system. It's not going to stay here long enough to give us more than 1 to 2 inches, anywhere from 1 to 2 or in between. I think that's going to be generally what we see. Then it's out of here by Friday night. Saturday, skies are sunny, but there's another Arctic high, so it's going to be very cold again on Saturday, as I showed you, even into Sunday. But once we get past Sunday, the high pressure center begins to move east. We get a more southerly flow taking over, and therefore begins our warm up. And then the next round of precipitation that comes in will be more of a mix to start. Then it goes to all rain as temperatures get well above freezing Monday afternoon and into Tuesday. Then it's all rain. So that one we won't have to worry about being a winter like system. It'll be too warm for wintry weather out of that particular uh, scenario and setup. Here's a look at the briefing this morning from the National Weather Service that came in early, just to bring you up to date on what their thinking is. Very cold start this morning, temperatures near zero, negative wind chills, dry and sunny today, upper 20s to near 30. Then the next round of snow arrives tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, minor impacts, kind of like what we've had. They're saying 1 to 3, but the threes, as far as inches, I'm going 1 to 2 here, 1 to 3, more likely east of us into central Kentucky. Then we get another shot of Arctic air Friday night into Saturday, bitter cold mornings, Saturday and Sunday, wind chills, again, the breeze, -7 to -12 Saturday morning. The cold temperatures, high end of the scale here, confidence that we could see things like -6. We're seeing that. I showed you that. -9, -14, -10, -17. That's what's happening this morning. And it could happen again on Saturday morning with the snowpack, fresh new snow on top of what we've already received, and the wind probably happen again one more time before things warm up. Here is the storm system coming in for tomorrow that's going to bring us the snow chances 40, 50, you know, percent for our area, less to the west, 60, 70% odds in the central and eastern parts of the state, medium to almost high confidence in the snow potential. So you could draw a line along and east of 65. That's where the better potential for impactful snow is going to fall. Again, 1 to 2 inches, maybe 3 in the red shaded areas further east. And here you see that outlined by the National Weather Service. Confidence in the snow amounts in this map high starting tomorrow afternoon. See, they've got here a trace to 2 inches, and that's like there's a big difference between a trace of snow and 2 inches. But Bowling Green and 65 kind of on the higher end of that. So they just went trace to the west, 1 to 2 here, 1 to 2 Campbellsville, E Town, Albany. You start getting into the 3 inch amounts, it's going to be along I 75 as we get into Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and into Friday morning. So there's your setup. Uh, it looks like this is because it is a fast moving system, it is not going to bring us a huge snow. But this snow that we have out here this morning is still going to be on the ground. We may see just a little bit of melting today or tomorrow before the next snow hits, but there will still be enough around to where anything we add to that, and remember, it came out about 4 inches, right at 4 inches here in Bowling Green. Add to that another 1 to 2. So if you're stuck back there in the backwoods and back roads and you haven't been able to get out the next or the last few days, you're probably not going to be able to get out, but maybe for a short window tomorrow before that next system comes rolling in. All right. And look for a winter weather advisory to go up probably tonight, later on, for tomorrow, as in anticipation of that next hit of snow coming in. All right, you guys, enjoy your Wednesday. God bless you. And thank you, as always, for watching and listening. I'll see you tonight on News 40 at 5, 6, and 10, WNKY, because local matters. And I'm on the radio right now until 10 o'clock at SAM 100.7. I'll see you tomorrow morning.